Alright people, just the usual, just bear with me a wee second here. Right, should I smoke like this? It's even got to the point now where I don't even smoke properly. This is how far the attacks on the man are gone. Look at the way he smokes, I mean, for fuck's sake. So, where am I? Hello anybody that's here, no worries. I'm sure there's people with some questions. People arguing about stuff, so well, let's talk about some of this shit. So for anybody that's new, that's watching or whatever, regardless of what I'm talking about tonight, this is, Marshall, are you there?
Oh, all right, mate.
All right, mate. Sorry, I've just realised I forgot to do something there. Can you just give me 2 minutes, people?
Yeah, sure, I'll hold the fort. I've got no problem holding the fort, mate. Good evening, people. I don't know. I'm going to reserve what I have to say, I think, for a little bit later on. I think that's prudent, don't you think? Because there's some behaviour that I'm rather dissatisfied with. But, yeah. Jimmy's man, you're asking for a song already? It's too early in the day. I know beyond belief, man. Yeah, I don't have much to say often, okay? But I think I might have something to say soon. I'm not so sure I want to call anybody out. I'd just like to give the honest people of playing the opportunity to see things from another perspective, that's all. Flower of Scotland. Right, okay, I'm going to have to look that up, dude. I'm a Janner, fuck's sake. Now, if it was Man of Harlot, possibly. Tony Bennett. No, there's a thought. Tony Bennett, man. To get down with a bit of that. Evening, Bill. You survived then, man. You didn't get blown away. God, didn't they hype up that hurricane? I know it's caused a bit of trouble, but nothing like the chaos they were threatening people with. I'm having trouble keeping up with this chat, people. Right, Life with a Soul, man. I think you can take 2 minutes out because you're trying to get a rise out of people here, and that's not what we're about. We're an open platform, hopefully giving honest people the opportunity to speak to a broader audience, and that is it.
Right. What have I missed?
Just nothing much. Only me threatening to speak my mind out, but I've told him I'll wait till later.
What's happening? What have I missed there? Nothing?
No, nothing much. No, all cool.
Right, where am I? Hello everybody. Who have we got? Well, before I go there, anybody new that's listening, we're just a bunch of people who are investigating the dimensions of the Earth we live on. For many, as we realise that the globe is a cartoon. The full dimensions are unknown, and these straw men cartoon maps and models that are put out there, they're done deliberately to get you to, invest in a straw man or whatever. It's total nonsense. The place has to be explored. People like us are never going to know. There is no gurus online or anywhere who's going to offer you the answers to the full dimensions of the Earth. There's restricted areas and things that we don't know about that have to be investigated. It's a pointless endeavour. The only logical place you can end up at, some people don't agree with it, is that we need full exploration and disclosure. Now, I don't know anywhere else to aim for. For me, that's it. That's the be-all and end-all. So it's purely an ongoing investigation. There is no claims here to any maps and models. We focus on the claim, which is the globe, and that's found wanting. So some of the stuff I'm going to talk about tonight, this topic is about objective reality. This only requires factual information in regards to objective reality. Who people are on a personal level does not come into it whatsoever. So regardless of what I talk about tonight, people need to remember and realise that the most important thing is that you're thinking critical, you're discerning, and that you know the game that's being played. You know the facts and you know how to stand up for it. So along with this journey of trying to put this out here, as I always have done and always declared to people, this is not about personal things, but on this journey you meet people, you get involved with people. There are certain subjective aspects that play a role in, come into it. Now, for me, I never wanted any of these things to come into it. So, unfortunately, communication breaks down with people. Things happen. You have ideas in your mind. I get paranoid. Other people get paranoid. Communication really breaks down. And before you know it, there's this kind of division, or what looks like division to people. So, anybody who is affected by that, you need to remember that it's not, regardless of whether I'm having issues with other people on some sort of personal level, it doesn't just detract for the fact that, the topic that you're involved in is the shape of the Earth. That's the be all and end all. The other parts of it are secondary, right? They don't come into it. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be affecting anybody or swaying anybody in any way, shape or form, right? So let me just settle in here and then I'll get to the previous shenanigans. Now, I've set the last hangout to private, no because I'm ashamed, because I've had contact with certain persons with the aim of having discussion and some sort of resolve, which I welcome always, because for me, this is why I do these things. You know, I poke certain nests to get some sort of reaction, and then we can sift through it and have an understanding and resolve on certain things. But it all depends on people taking responsibility. So I will take responsibility for my flaws. The very first thing I'm going to take responsibility for is generalising. Now, when I referenced this Fuchers mob, I said everybody involved in it. Now, I take that back, and if I upset anybody, I can only apologise for that. You know, it wasn't aimed at anybody directly. I never get personal. I never, focused on any particular people. But a generalisation is not a good thing to be doing. So if anybody was offended by that, the genuine people, then I hope that you accept my apology and hold my hands up and saying, I get that right. But for the genuine people, you still need to keep discerning, right? My journey's my journey. People forget this is where I started, and I don't run about jumping into other people's. I don't run about bitching about other people. I don't bring any people up in conversations. And you'll hear me here saying it. Well, I'm not interested in name dropping or bringing people's names into it. You go and speak to people directly. That for me is the best line of communication, right? When you start involving groups and working in wee circles, it causes more strain to people, causes more confusion to people, and this is a delicate, sensitive and emotional enough subject without any of that being added to it. So if I contribute to that, then I apologise for it. But you need to remember, for me, I've been involved in a tactical type game, seeing the manipulation and the way these games have been played out. So sometimes I call it right, sometimes I call it wrong. Okay. My concerns about certain organised groups, what I've always been promoting is that individuals stand up and they stand together. Now, if you're an individual, critical thinking and discerning, you certainly don't need other adults organising you into any groups. Right? That for me is a red flag. This is exactly how certain things have been infiltrated through the years, whatever movement you want to go and look at. Right? So for me, there's an issue. And obviously, the connection with John Smith is also brought up. Communication broke down there for whatever reasons, and then you start to see patterns, you start to see things that contradict what was initially said to you, and then it starts to fester in your own mind. You start to question what people are up to, you start to play guessing games in regards to what their real agenda is and what their intent is. And for me, as I say, my experience is that communication breaks down and people start behaving in a way that they said, they were opposed to. Right? Sorry, bear with me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome.
So there was I'll come back to that. One of the hangouts that I referenced was Stealthies. That took place on the Saturday. I've seen it on the Sunday, and it's basically, some people together and they bring my name up and they start bitching, and then they've got this intent that, Devil loses his marbles and shouts and swears and blah, 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 which I did warn people, there's going to start being attacks on the man. It's not about me, it should never be about me. And I don't want to have to deal with things that's about me, right? This is about the objective truth. So if they're in there and they're bringing my name up with an intention of portraying me in a certain light, then I'm going to have an issue with that, which I have every right to. It's no fair that people, especially, certain individuals, even portraying things to their mother in a certain light by cherry picking and showing you one way. Now, I'll go back over this again. A lot of people that are new probably don't even know what this is about. But there's certain characters on here, and a lot of them are antagonistic and kind of bitchy and mouthy. You will have experienced these people in your life. Now, this particular woman was partaking in this type of behaviour. Although she had common courtesy from me and decency, she was then taking it, bitching, badmouthing, misrepresenting me. Right? Now, that culminated in me losing my temper. So I hold my hands up to losing my temper, and even that night, my missus says to me, "You went too far," which I can take in the chin. I'm just a human being. When I lose my temper, I'm going to say things, I'm going to act things out in a certain way that, if I was calm and rational, I wouldn't, say these things. But sometimes if I'm not hot-tempered and I lose it, then I'm going to say it. You need to remember that this is a sensitive thing. There's been a lot of pressure and attention that you have to deal with over the last couple of years in regards to this topic. So these things, they culminate in a wee blowout. As I say, I'm not a machine. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I'm just the same as everybody else trying to work my way through this. But what the difference is with me is I'm willing to have resolve. I'm willing to talk things out. And if people can take responsibility, because remember, a breakdown in communication, will keep going unless one of the parties takes responsibility for their flaws. right? So I'll always extend that, put my hand out there to say, look, I'm willing to have resolve and conversations with people. I will take responsibility for my wrongs. There's no ego involved. I've not got any wish to be, I'm right and I'm above you and I am Lord Dell in the fucking shed. I mean, that's just fucking total bollocks, you know? And there's people who are fabricating that type of narrative, which is not true. I have not changed since day one. I've always been fiery, lose my temper, you know, it's always been me, right? So, to be honest with you, I don't really want to make too much of a big fucking deal out of this. These characters made a big deal out of it. You know, you would think that I spent 3 years bringing up specific names and focusing right in detail. Quite a lot of it was passing, you know, statements, generalising, right? But the reaction from this wee cult group kind of says a lot for me. Some of the vitriol and the hatred and the attacks that went on in the comment section were pretty uncalled for. And these are meant to be people who are calm, rational, down to earth, spiritual, you know, loving, let's all hug round the campfire. But yet, as soon as somebody hears a concern, the cult's over, fucking giving it yeehaw, right? That's just no fucking chocolate. So, there's certain things that I'm going to hold my hands up for, and there's certain things that I ain't going to fucking retract, right? Because I say, you're adults, logical, critical, discerning. Why the fuck do you need people to organise you into groups? Look at infiltration of any movements before and see how they fucking operate, right? Now, I'm entitled to hear my concerns. I'm entitled to say what I'm going to say, right? And after this, that's it. I've done this many times before. The previous one was with Itchy. I said my piece, never made a big deal out of it. They're still harbouring it. They're still throwing attacks left, right and centre. I'm not interested in it. People will see it for what it is eventually, right? If I'm a liar or if I've got flaws, you will see that eventually, right? But I'm telling you, one thing's for sure, I will meet everything head on. I've got nothing to hide. No ashamed of anything. No scared of anything, right? It's these manipulative games and these people that are trying to perpetuate it that are the issue, right? As I say, this is a delicate, sensitive fucking thing. You know, we're in the middle of something here that's huge, right? The last thing we need is to be tearing strips off of each other needlessly. As I say, I don't have any personal gripes with anybody in particular. For me, it's always about tactics. Watching the games, watching how they play their games and trying to counter it, right? Now, I've expressed this before. That's why I'm selective about when I animate myself with certain points, because I want to encourage other people to get to that point as well, where you have a zero tolerance for bullshit, right? So, again, if I lose my rag, I'm entitled to lose my rag. If I go over the top, I'm the first one to correct it. And I've got a missus there who's no shy and fucking telling me, you know, you've went too far. So again, you know, even though I don't like these people and I think they're antagonistic and wrongings, I will extend my apology and say, you know, to the Laura Gale person, I did go too far in the name calling, right? But I'm not sorry that I go to that point. That point came about because you don't take responsibility for who you are and you want to play the victim all the time. That doesn't fucking wash with me. I take my responsibility, you take your responsibility. People want resolve with things, this is what it's about. You have to have the ability to recognise your flaws and address them. Hold your hands up, and if people really do want resolve and they want to get on with it, then they'll come to that. But as I said before, you know, and I predicted it, what you're going to see is an increased attack on the man. And what happens? And at the same time, we've still got Timmy and the likes sending you requests to come and join their hangout. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with these people? What is wrong with Timmy? Timmy is fucking mentally unstable. He's so blinded by his fucking own ignorance and stupid to behave the way you've behaved in regards to the sniping and the ignorance and the outright abuse, to then think that you're somehow going to go on an invitation to your fucking hangout. Son, you need to have a fucking look in the mirror. You are no well. So, as I say, there's certain persons from the previous one who, you know, there may be resolve in some sort of communication way. So I'm going to leave that at that. And it's amazing when you have these discussions and you realise how people misread and how that misreading things and then projecting can lead you into reading things the wrong way and dealing with it the wrong way to things that are not even there. I mean, it's astounding, and I'm just as guilty for that as anybody else. So, let's get back to the John Smith shenanigans. Well, here's the thing. I have always been me. I have walked the same walk since day one. And again, this is no bitching. Anybody's free to come and speak to me about whatever. I'm not sitting in a wee circle talking behind people's backs. Right? I'm just sharing my experience and how I read things. And I mean, I do get protective of this topic. For me, I've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy into it, and I do get protective of it. And sometimes that can come across as trying to be controlling. I'm not controlling. As I say, I don't go to anybody's YouTube YouTube pages or sites and tell them what they should and shouldn't do. That's not what I'm about. And anybody that knows me can see that. I mean, the evidence is there, right? But as soon as I have something to say, certain groups, certain individuals get up off, on their high horse and start taking things way out of proportion, which again tells me a hell of a lot, right? So John Smith said he would come and video me. I'm sure you've heard this before, which I was appreciative of and accepted that. Now, that was said to have inspired, and it's great that I get active and formulated my own method and my way of approaching people in the street, and that was then mirrored, which was fine. But then for me, tactically, it started to go a different direction. I spoke about this openly to the persons in question and said that I didn't agree with the methods that they were now employing. So, and I says that if you want to go and you just do your own thing, fine, I'll promote it. And if anybody remembers, I did promote it because that's who I am. I'm open and I'm honest. And for me, it was like a test, if you like, just to see where people's intentions really were.
I thought you'd want to say that, though.
Hey, Tim Osmond here. If Dale wants to have a chat, let me know. If he doesn't and ignores my request after my messages to him, I will start making videos about his incessant nonsense. Already tons of hypocritical ammo in the first 15 minutes alone. Timmy, knock yourself out, son. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about your attacks on me, the man. The earth is not a fucking space testicle. You seem to forget that's what this is about. Now, because it's not a fucking testicle, you have fuck all else to do now, apart from attack me. Do you know why you have to attack me? Because of the message I'm pushing, because of the no-nonsense bullshit, no accepting any fucking crap, no cartoons, direct realism and honesty. You lot can't fucking handle it, so you're in fucking panic mode. You're just a wee bitch gimp. Away and make your hit piece videos, the never-ending long string of them, you and your other wee bum chums. What effect has it had? Absolutely fuck all. Do you know why? Because you're a fucking irrelevance, right? You're just not smart enough to realise that people are actually clever. People are actually have the ability to discern and assess the world that they're living in. Your wee cult globe religion is fucking over. It is dead. There's only muppets like you that are desperately trying to give it the fucking kiss of life. It's not going to happen. So away and make your fucking hit piece videos, you piece of shit. You've had enough of my attention. You've been here on numerous occasions. You've sniped the fucking hangout. Now stop messaging me in my fucking private email. I'm not interested in hearing from you. Every time you message me, you're going to get the same back, laughter and ridicule. Right? You're mentally ill. I think you should seek help. I'm a wee bit concerned for you because I'm an empathetic person. I really am a wee bit concerned for your emotional and mental state and the situation that you might actually be in. So anyway, back to it. Certain things I didn't agree with, and for me, I was protective over my method. Now, I don't own, activism. It's no mine's to own, right? That's absolutely preposterous for anybody to think I would think I owned activism. That's total fucking lunacy. But that's like, me saying I own music. No, music is out there. If I make a tune that is my tune, that is, original to me, then that lies with me, right? And it's the same with this. My format and the way I went about things is original to me. Now, when that's mimicked and then it's extrapolated on, and then I see things like taking the piss out of people within the video, I don't agree with that. Because for me, people are kind enough to spend time with me in the street. They're kind enough to give me their attention, and I always reassure them that I'm not going to take this and edit it and make them look stupid or take the piss out of them, because a lot of people are concerned about that, right? So from that, and we had all this talk about, this is the place, discerning and honesty and integrity and understanding my position and what I'm all about, to then totally ignore that because you're not getting attention, and then to mention everybody else, apart from the people who formulated it, the people that it originated from, and the people who continue to try and keep pushing it forward, like A Day with the Lives, with Gav, and everything else that's going on. You don't see any of these people pushing that forward, right? So I had an issue with that, and I still have an issue with it, and the communication breakdown makes me suspicious. When people cut communication like that with no apparent reason, well, you've never done anything to them, and now I'm seeing them in comment sections giving it fucking, the big guns, and it's totally unwarranted and uncalled for. And again, it clarifies and tells me a hell of a lot about other people's integrity and their intentions, right? So people have got a short fucking memory about who done what and where it came from, right? And again, activism, it's not me saying I was the first. There was people out getting active before. Flat Earth Hub had been out a year previous, doing stuff in the street. I just formulated a different method, right? The way I seen it, the points I was trying to make to people. So I have an issue with that, right? And for me, that could be a personal thing, right? That I'm pissed off and let down and annoyed that certain people came to me, I felt as if they just used me to get notoriety and attention and then fucked off and do nothing but shite on you every opportunity they get. So that's my journey. That's how I'm dealing with things. That's how my mind's looking at things. And again, when communication breaks down, you start playing guessing games. We've seen, the way the cult jump in teams and have attacked in the comment sections and stuff. I don't encourage that. Don't go as if you're representing me or the platform by partaking in that very same behaviour. Just let them go on with it. It says a lot about them. At the end of the day, as I said at the beginning, this is about objective reality. That's what the topic's about. Not about the goings on between persons. Right? It's an aspect and it's a part of it. But for me, I would just rather deal with that in private, personally. Right? I'll come back to it. I've got some other points I want to make in regards to this. So how are we, people in the chat? Ewan God, riddle me this. Vortex Kitten, how you doing? Jamie Brown, Cat's Eyes, William Careen, Multi Fuzzy Head, Captain Kirk, Lee Redpath, YouTube, JLo 1982, Beyond Belief, Cat's Eyes, BM, Alex Joseph, Bout Strauss. So plenty of people here. And I'm not sure, I didn't have a lot of time to get this sorted out. Some stuff I had to deal with. I just want to alleviate people's feelings of division and, being strained emotionally by all this fucking stuff. To me, it really isn't that significant. If I'm, airing my concerns, it's for good fucking reason. Because again, we're in a delicate situation. There is infiltration. There is agency involvement in certain characters working towards things. Right? So I'm always aware of that. And I'm always looking to see where it might be coming from. And again, organised groups, people really need to discern on what you're being organised into. Right? You'll never catch me gathering your names and your info and fucking interviewing you so you can be part of my wee cliquer club. I mean, these things are fucking alarm bells for me. Right? And it's always worked the same. Any kind of activist or activism that starts getting a bit of ground and a bit of popularity, bang, you're going to have these teams in that are there to sow confusion. Right? And that's what's going to happen. Again, I've put it to private for now, but the comments in there tells a lot about these characters that are running this fucking group. And if you're part of the group, again, it's nothing personal. I don't have anything personal against you. And if I generalised, I've apologised for that, so remember it. Right? What I'm saying to you is keep discerning. Question what you're involved in and question the integrity of these people that are supposedly running it. Right? Because what I've seen tells a different fucking story. Again, this is meant to be about people breaking free from the old ways, the old habits, and this narrative that's being pushed that, I think I'm, running the show or whatever. Well, it's these people that keep saying that. That doesn't come from me. Everybody who knows, I play it down continually. I am no your leader. I am no an authority over anything. But yet they keep trying to portray you as that, like you've somehow got an effect over their lives. The only thing that happens is because I can sway people's opinions by what I'm saying, and I'm very well aware of that. And I need to take responsibility for that because I don't want to cause any of you people out there confusion. That's not my game, right? My game's for clarity, honesty and openness. No petty fucking egotistical mind games. It's not my bag, right? My whole intention, my focus is purely on establishing objective truth. My whole game, my whole incentive was to establish this and to get as many people onto it as possible, right? And that being logical, critical, discerning thought, no adopting straw men, understanding science, understanding the language, separating them, separating subjective from objective, right? That's not somebody who's looking to have stature or power or hierarchy over anybody, right? That's somebody who's trying to instill that in you so that we're all equal. That's what I'm striving for, so that there isn't any hierarchical organisation running anything unless it's based on empirical facts and everybody's, get the ability to discern and understand manipulation and deception to be able to pull it up anytime that it arises, right? So for me, if there's people out there that have a gripe with me, I'm open to resolve. There's no need to perpetuate it, making a big drama, separating people, segregating them. If you continue it, that's your game. It's not my game. I'm always here. I'm always open to resolve. I'm always open to discussion. So I'm not going to get involved in petty bitching, back and forward, making videos, rebutting this and arguing about this, that and the other. I could not give a fuck. I don't have anything personal against anybody. I don't even know you personally. So it would be an absurdity to think that I did harbour anything personal, right? I don't. When this goes off, I've got a life to attend to, the same as everybody else. It's easy for people to forget that because I'm just a face on the screen, right? And you think this is all my life is. It's not. Much more to it than this. right? And I've got a lot of other things I need to deal with. So anyway, I'm not going to sit here and fucking go on and on and on about it. You know, I touched on it. Sometimes you poke the hornet's nest to see what happens, and then when it settles, you have an opportunity to sift through it, to see who's who, to see who behaved in what way, and then discern and make decisions for yourself, right? But it's certainly not about dividing people. And again, you shouldn't be divided. You're only going to be divided when you have an emotional investment in certain personalities, right? If people have a disagreement or a misunderstanding, that shouldn't be affecting you. If it is, you need to address what your personal investment is, because your investment should be in the truth, what is objectively true, the topic, the subject, and understanding that and representing every chance you get, right? Now, I've been dragged in and out of these things because I'm here. I had to establish this platform. I had to get involved with these people, and it comes to you left, right, and centre. So unfortunately, these are things I have to deal with, although I don't want to deal with them. You know, I've made that clear as well. I would, in an ideal sense, I wouldn't have to deal with it. People would be smart enough, including the globe cult believers, which I've stated numerous times. Surely they must realise that there's a grumbling of people that it's getting more and more and more, right, as the days go on. Surely they would have the wherewithal to realise that trying to battle against something is pointless. The best method is to get this out into the open, into the public arena as quickly as possible, so that it can be put to bed one way or another, right? So it's not about a battle between these people. And if it is affecting you, or if I have affected you or caused you emotional strain or worry or angst, then I apologise for that. I need to take responsibility for that. But at the same time, you need to take responsibility and stop investing in people. Invest in yourself, right? You're the power. It's all down to you. Everything that goes on up here is down to you. What you buy into, what you invest in, what hurts you, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, it's all you, right? You set up the game, you make the rules, and then you're governing yourself by it. You're making yourself subject to the rules in the game you set out for yourself. So for these people, Dale's sitting in his fucking shed, barking at everybody. Yeah, exactly. I mean, put it into perspective. Dale's sitting in his shed on a fucking screen, the same as he always is. I'm not running at anybody's door with a gun, threatening them to go my way or the highway. That's preposterous. But these people push that type of idea, blowing it out of proportion, when really you just strip it back and see it for what it actually is. Well, that's it. Vortex Kitten, you know, why should we let some other power fucking rule us? You know, that's it. It's because people don't want to rule themselves. I don't know if people are scared of it, they're lazy, or they don't know how to, right? But a lot of these things would be made easier if you stopped investing in external sources, right? Especially when it comes to people, because you're only going to get harmed by that. As I say, it's a strained issue, this, and there's a lot of suspicion, paranoia with people, just because of the nature of this game. And it's difficult for people to extend trust and have proper communication, because that wee voice is always in the back of your mind. You don't know who people are. That's why, you know, I heard one other troll going on about why, you know, none of the meetings that I've been to have been filmed. Well, it's not my place. You know, I'm not here to just, you know, make videos for people to dissect as entertainment. And it's not my place to video people. You know, people are coming to meet each other on a personal level. Not have a fucking camera stuck in their face. So for me, I'm extending my manners, if you want, respect, right? I don't show up at these. I show up at these places to meet people in person, to have a chat face to face, to kind of get to know each other. Not to go, oh, I'm going to film you, right, do this and do that, and I'll get a wee snippet of you here so that I can upload it and, you know, get attention and views, and oh, look what I'm up to. You know, that's bollocks, you know. And advertising and arranging these meets, you're always inviting rogues and people that you don't know. I mean, so the reason I don't film it is purely for that. If people wanted it to be filmed, fine. I really don't see the point in it. The meetings are good enough themselves. That's networking, that's getting to know each other on a level. And then by that, you can meet up with each other, you can swap phone numbers, you can start to build a network, right? That doesn't have to be organised by specific fucking groups. You start entering into that, you're asking for it. What was the other thing? Bullying women and being violent towards women. What, you know, utter fucking bollocks again. Things being blown out of proportion, right? Because people only get one wee bit. They don't get the full picture and how that culminated in me blowing a gasket, right? I don't abuse anybody. I'm not violent to anybody. Don't have any record for any of that stuff. So these people, again, will continue to try and push this narrative. They will continue to try and get people to focus on me like that's the issue. It's not the fucking issue. The issue is what's the dimensions of Earth, and don't ever forget it. Always rein yourself back to that's what's important. Why are these fuckers trying to drag me into something else? Okay? right? People in chat, is there anything, I mean, how does people feel about what's been on over the last few days? Is there anything you want to, highlight or bring up to me or whatever? I mean, let's have it. But Dale, filming these meetups, being successful, motivates others to do their own meetups. Well, that's fair enough. But what I'm saying is, I'm addressing why people are saying, I don't upload them and I don't film them. Well, that's just who I am. For me, I don't think, this is the opportunity for me to film everybody. I want to spend time chatting to people and getting to know them. And if filming it and uploading it helps other people to do it, I don't really see why. Then by all means, but there's enough individuals and groups of their own that are arranging these hangouts, meetups. There's plenty of them happening. So, and there is other people that want to video it and upload it. That's fine. For me, there's no real purpose for it. If there was a purpose, then I would, enter into it. And again, going back to the street interview stuff, my whole reason for that wasn't to continually keep people entertained by interviews. It was to be tactical about where I went with these interviews to provoke attention, right? To get people talking about it. But the main point was to formulate it so that other people could identify with a method of being indirect, speaking to people, right? That was it. That was my incentive. That was my intention. Not to perpetuate it. And I aired my concerns about this a long time ago. I was aware of myself falling into that trap. I'll do this. I'll do it just to keep people. I'm not going to play the games with you. I'm going to be perfectly honest, right? Unless it's something progressive, it doesn't do me, you, or the whole thing any justice by me continually doing things for the sake of it. These things inspire people. Other people start getting active. That's fine. That's how it spreads. There's no need for me or anybody else to just continually do the same repetitive thing. Pointless. Right, I'm back to the chat. If I've missed anybody asking any questions, I'm here now.
It's a request for the phone line to be opened, Dale, and I've got one request to join the panel. So
cool. Who is it that's asking?
Eric, and deals with satellite equipment apparently, and has got something to say about it. So if I'm going to be handing any links out this evening, could I request from the resident sniper, if he comes in, you don't need to boot me, dude. We missed a chat yesterday. Today's your opportunity. Okay.
Who's this? Sorry.
I'm just talking to the resident sniper because I'm not entirely sure where some of these links feed out to, Del, but I'm fairly confident this one's genuine. So,
yeah.
Are we opening up the phone or?
Yeah, I will do shortly, mate. I just want to see what people are feeling and thinking. I get the impression that what happened on Sunday and stuff like that has had an impact on people, and I can see people torn. And again, was never my incentive. Was to tear people apart and have people breaking off into camps and thinking they had to take sides and whatever else. It's not about that. It's always about resolve and understanding what is objectively true and where the responsibility falls for people's shortcomings. We need to be careful of that jumping on the bandwagon, because it makes things worse and it puts pressure on people. Not to have any resolve, right? Because of this group pressure. Doesn't fucking affect me. I don't care. I'm always, regardless. I mean, people talk about subs and they talk about attention, and you think I'd be happy with what I've got. I heard this again recently. Or why did I not upload the Eddie Bravo thing? Your subs are going down. You'd think you'd want that to boost your subs up. I mean, people are talking in realms of entertainment, stature. None of that stuff fucking interests me. It never has. I'm going to be me regardless of whether there's 1, 2 fucking nay people. I would still be me. So it's never about any of that. Maggie, permission wasn't sought at the meeting for Jez information. There was 35 to 40 people there. It was a great afternoon. Certainly was. And that's it, but you hear these fucking muppets bumping their gums. It's just desperation. Oh, the Dale's channel and platforms taking a slump. Oh, the viewing figures have gone down. What they fucking do? That would be, relevant if it really bothered me. But I don't give a fuck, son, right? What I give a fuck about is establishing truths and removing the bullshit and fucking muppets who stand in the way of that are trying to suppress it. Just because you're too stupid or ignorant doesn't mean the rest of us should be. And again, reality's not going to bend according to your will, your wishes, or any of your fucking sophism. Chelster Deluxe, don't listen to gossip. Exactly, Chelster. And that's it, but I'm thick-skinned. Gossip's gossip to me. But when we're dealing with this arena and I can see certain games being played, I'm not going to sit back, accept it. And in regards to that hangout, that I highlighted, that was on the Saturday. So there was no issue with me with any of these people. People need to remember this. I never had an issue with any of them, right? For some reason, whatever reasons, they've decided to take it upon themselves to start the slandering, to start bringing up stuff, to start trying to portray portray in a certain light. Now that says a lot about them. You can go and speak to them because they're no coming here for any resolve. That tells you they're deceptive. And if they're bringing my name into it, they can't come back with us. Well, why should I? Why should I go and, tell you my opinion? Well, that's fine, but don't bring my fucking name into it if you don't want me to, bring it up. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. And if you've got a spine and you have an issue and you would like to understand, come and face me. It's nothing to be scared of. It's only a fucking screen. So we will see where their games go. But I'm telling you, I ain't partaking in any of their fucking games. This is too important to me. I'm not interested. Right? Once this is done, that's the last I'm going to mention it. The same as I've done with the other ones. Poke the nest, see what happens, and then, the future, the walk will tell everything. Happy Mushroom, I've been your mate for over 20 years. Honestly, never known you to fuck with anyone. Exactly, man. And this is it again. People forget that I'm actually a real person in the real world. There's people who fucking know me, right? And that's the walk I've always walked. Respect, mannered, keep my space, respect other people's space. Don't get involved in any of that crap, right? So I'm certainly not going to bring it here. If I've made mistakes and I've done things which I know, for me looking back, I wish I'd dealt with things differently. But at the end of the day, this is a situation that we're in. There's a lot of stress and pressure that comes with us. So you're not going to get things perfect. You're not going to be right all the time. What can I say? Am I undeserving of my crown? Shall I hand it back? Do you want to dethrone me? I was hoping for a pilgrimage that we're going to come and worship the shed and the Lord within it. Grasshopper 78, there's a wave of propaganda fighting against us in every level. It certainly is. But that's the thing, I've spoken about this from the early days. You're going to see a lot of this. But how you discern, how do you recognise the psyops? How do you recognise the manipulative, destructive players? Well, you remember what the subject's about. Right? That's purely it. And I know there's persons involved in it, but that's really not a concern. The people who keep making that a concern and want to keep playing out these things are the ones you need to watch, right? Because they're not operating with integrity and honesty and intent towards goals, establishing, resolve on the topic. They're just interested in keeping everybody segregated, keeping everybody at each other's throats, no real progression being made, right? Hope for truth beyond imaginary curve. Piss myself, you're too smart to get stung poking the nest, big fella. Well, I do make mistakes, but, tactically and my awareness of these games that are being played is fucking spot on. I'm not blowing smoke up my own arse. I just know because I've been on it for this amount of time, and I do know how to get reactions sometimes. And if I'm not sure, and I've got, doubts and anxiety in my mind, I will poke the nest because I want resolve. I don't want to live with doubt and no knowing. I would rather just bring it out and see what happens, For me, that's the state things should be in. People should not be scared of confrontation, or meeting things directly. Confrontation doesn't always have to lead to violence. I've spoken about this before. People seem to have it in their mind that that's where it's always going to lead to. It's not the case. Flat reflection, higher critical thinking, I don't mind. Tony T, praise the shed, aye. Aye, that's another thing. You just reminded me. How can I digress here into something else? Let me just get this wee smoke rolled here quick. There's a lot of talk about the layman, the common man, whatever. Oh, fucking people in sheds. Fucking people in sheds think they've got this and that and the other figured out, blah, blah, blah. Fucking people in sheds, people in sheds. What you do is go and type into your computer and look at the amount of things that have came from people in fucking sheds. It's astounding, really astounding. Right down to aircraft, brothers in sheds, right? So this nonsense pish that they put out there, this is part of the intellectual snobbery where you have to go through their fucking meat market and get your wee bit of paper so that you can be ordained as now being intelligent, which is a total fucking lunacy. And it's another fallacy that these morons employ and put out there continually. And it's so fucking weak and pathetic, it is unbelievable. And again, getting back to it, I don't think these clowns are smart enough to realise that people are starting to grasp this stuff now, right? And they're not going to accept it. There's no way to put it back in the fucking bag. It's over. Your hierarchical structures, your control structures, powers of control, they're done. As long as this keeps spreading, people keep representing it and standing up there for it, they're fucked. And they know they're fucked. You can see them in panic mode. Fucking globes everywhere. Space travel every fucking where. The religion is getting desperate. That's why it's increasing its mantras and its subliminals. So type into your Google search, things invented in sheds, and shut your fucking mouth. Sarah Calder, you alright? Flat water, Skyfly Bry, West Coast Wisdom, maybe Flat Earth Woman 88. This is not the time to bring the greatest leader in human history up. Who are we talking about here? I missed that. That's jumped, I missed it. And in regards to, I've seen some of these comment sections, and I do appreciate people who, are trying to, stick up for what's right and what's true. But there's no real need for anybody just to jump in for the sake of jumping in, just to, support me. You don't need to get involved in it. As I say, these things will speak for themselves, and these other people's reactions and behaviours will speak for themselves. I mean, people don't think that. I look at myself sometimes and go, for fuck's sake, look at you fucking Ganaffin one. I don't even listen to it. I don't even listen back to it because, I hate fucking listening to my own voice. Sound like a fucking, I don't know what the word does, but it's not very pleasant for me. So I'm just as critical of myself as every fucking other person. And I know when I lose the plot how fucking irrational and mental I look. But that's few and far between. The majority of the time it's selective, and I'm not taking it too far. It's done to inspire people, as I say, to get them to stand up and say, fuck you, and not be scared. Phil Wignall get Dale up for Shed of the Year. That's a bit tatty now. Needs redone. Maybe I'll start a PayPal or a fucking GoFundMe. Ashamed to be a flat earther. What kind of name's that? Shedding fears is most important. It certainly is. And that's what it comes down to. This is what this whole battle's about. This whole battle's about your attention, and keep me in fear, perpetual fear. A lot of these things are just in your mind. You can break free of them. There's nothing to fear. Again, look at us. There's a group of people here who are standing strong, saying, look, we're comfortable in no knowing. And again, I go back to the science and, the methods. And that has to have the ability. We have to have that, the ability to say we don't know, because that's how we have progress. If we run about like smart asses, repeating and regurgitating things that we assume to be true, you're just setting yourself up for a fall. So again, I'm just going to end it with this in regards to this whole shenanigans. If genuine people out there have been affected in a negative way or have hurt your feelings, it was never my intention. If you want to look at my intention, you know what it is. It's about pushing against this and establishing what is actually true, right? And getting it further. That's it. That is always my intention. It's always going to be my intention. There's no ego here. I'm no one here. There's nothing for me to gain out of this. Like, you don't put yourself through fucking 2-3 years of constant attack, stress, abuse, for a fucking ego. That's just nonsense. Again, if I was monetised and fucking pulling your fucking strings, trying to get money out of you and, fulfilling my own, needs, then you would have a fucking case. But you don't have it. Nobody has a case in that respect. The walk tells everything, right? And I've admitted, I have a sense of protection for things that I've worked for and what I represent, and I'm always going to fucking fight tooth and nail to protect that. So fuck anybody that's got an issue with that. Anybody in any position would understand it. The same as I understand people questioning me, who I am. I totally understand it. That's what I encourage. You should be questioning it. Greenears, I have 3 sheds. Well, stop being greedy. Share them. Fly McFlatface, Shed 7. I seen your video, I referenced it the other day, Fly McFlatface, in regards to, relationships and getting to know people and people casting aside and what that does to you. So I'm sure you can relate to that and what it does to you internally, and you start guessing and enter into paranoia and seeing things that are maybe not there. And it's not a nice place. Yeah. And again, if anybody here, if I've done that, it's not intentional to anybody. Right? There's always a place here for everybody. Again, I need to keep saying this, that the people's platform, this is for the people. I don't, I'm not going to run about inviting people or rolling out any carpets for you to come in. It's here if you get something to offer, you want to connect with people, you want to shout out a meetup, you want to shout out people to contact in your local area, whatever it is, use it. But it's nice to see you back and you were looking strong and, focused and, taking no shit. So that's the way you need to be, man. I just hope that you keep to that. And Lee Redpath, that's right. Some of the best things have been designed in sheds. Lenny Flat Earth, Christina, Globe Shedder. Stephen Parker, do you think the dome could be shed-shaped? Maybe we're in a huge glass shed. Wouldn't fucking surprise me. Again, I was having these kind of discussions earlier. Getting back to this, it always crops up, this is the world, this is nature, this is where we're meant to be, and I just can't make any sense of that, especially when it comes to, in particular, just the different races of people. The naturalistic explanations or any kind of naturalistic explanation that you try to formulate just wouldn't work. It would just break down. It seems to me that, some sort of progression through the ages, or, as I say, different groups of people ended up here for whatever reason. reasons, but to call this the world, I've not established that yet, and neither has anybody else. You need to be very careful about incorporating that into your mind, that this is it, this is the world, this is where you're meant to be. You're still thinking finite, wee globe, people need to let that go, and keep your mind open to any other possibility. I say, when I contemplate the different animals, the different races, it kind of suggests to me that there is other places, and for whatever reason, different things have ended up in the one place. I mean, I'm not making any claims to that being true, but trying to, assess what's going on and have a look at it leaves you with only a kind of few options. And for me, I'm always going to be reserved in committing to, this is the world, what a lovely gift, this is where we're meant to be, all praise the fucking, glad to hear it, Sarah. Deleted programming, Sheddy Sheringham. Have you been at some other hangouts with Itchy and the crew? The last time I popped in there, that was all they were up to, was trying to come up with names for me in the shed. There's a new one for them, Sheddy Sheringham. Shed the Lies, No Story Now. Maybe Flat Earth Woman 88. I love fake space movies. I think a lot of people did, and there might be some that still do, but quite a lot of people I've spoken to have now, detest it. The Las Vegas Elite idea, I'd like to talk about Devon Maggi and the North Seal Project. If you want to talk about that, by all means. 7 billion different Lev Kung Fu, Shaolin, 7 billion different opinions out there. Only matters to those who are ready. Well, that's it. And opinions mean fuck all, When it comes to objective reality, an opinion means nothing. It's what's the facts, Well, many people out there with opinions. Opinions are fine, in regards to subjective things, but when it comes to objective facts, opinions mean fucking shit. Right, so I'm not sure if I've skimmed over it and it's not satisfactory for people, but fucking tough. The options there, if anybody wants to bring anything to me, and have a discussion, fine. But that's it. I'm no interest in them anyway, For me, it's just keeping this open. And that's another aspect of this. I get to these points where I think, I've offered as much as I can offer in regards to information, separating the sciences, the straw man, the blah, 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 everything that I've ever pushed. And you get to that point where you actually start questioning yourself and going, what is it now that I can actually offer people? What is it I'm contributing to now, And really, I don't have any direction. I'm just one guy, and I don't have funds. I don't have backing to be able to pursue certain avenues. So what options do I have? What am I looking at? The only thing is this, the progressive stuff we have and any kind of information that we can keep, continuing with. And also to be a voice there opposed to any of the fucking sophism and the babble that comes for this globe cult. Other than that, for me, it's just about keeping this platform open for people to use and for new people to come in and realise that there's other people here that they can connect with. No organised, no taking your name down and organising you into a wee fucking neat pile or taking money off you. I question these things as well. I come to these junctions where it's like, where am I going now? What is it I'm offering people? What do I have to offer? If I've got anything, or is my duty, is my job done now? I mean, these are the crossroads and the dilemmas I come to, But right now, I see that there's people here, they want to use it, they want it to be kept going, and it will keep going as long as it's being used for the right reasons. Stephen Watson, Dale, did you get yourself a small log burner for your shed? At Machine Mart, shops will gladly give you used pallets to break up for free. Well, I'm hoping that will happen for the winter. Pandemonium just need to keep pointing out the howlers of mistakes they are making. You never know, it might be in purpose. I've had that very conversation again as well. I met with a certain person the other day. I don't want to say any names because I don't know how they would feel about it, but it was nice to meet them. And we actually had that conversation, and that's something that I've always been, on. You don't have this lie, you don't let out bubbles, bendy doors and wires and all these things. If you're really trying to keep that under wraps, you're going to get through that stuff meticulously, and it's not going to be released, but it is being released. So you have to assess then, well, what's the game? Right? Is it just that it's came to that point, they know they can't lie, they're going to tell all truths? Or they know that they're going to get caught out with this one, so they need to set it up in order to offer some other bullshit? And that's what you need to be wary of. Anybody who's been messaging in the inbox, the no curve at GMX, if there's no response, again, people need to put things in perspective. I'm a guy in a shed. Marshall's there. He's got a life as well. We're not just tied to these keyboards and screens. We're not a corporation or an organisation or a business, a company. We don't have secretaries to run about and respond to everything. It's not deliberate. People keep saying that, oh, my emails are being ignored, or this, that and the other. They're not being ignored. Again, the platforms here, the best best method, the best option that you have is that it's here for you to voice whatever it is you want. Use it. If you don't want to come on the Hangout, hide your face or message the phone the phone. Simple. And if you've got something serious or a real point that you want to make, that's up to you to keep pushing that in order for it to get notice. Right? If you're passionate about something and you really have got something to offer, you will make the effort to get it out there. There's nothing going to be suppressed here. If it's useful for people, it's going to get put out without any questions. Stop giving me compliments. You know, you're feeling this. Oh, you're up Dell's arse. You're licking Dell's arse. My wee minions are licking my arse. That was part of my conversation the other day as well. You know, when people leave this topic, it's because of this fucking crap that goes on with personalities. It's just a soap opera that's draining, and it gives me a fucking sore head having to drag myself down to that level. I'm way beyond it. I'm not interested in egotistical emotional manipulations in order to establish hierarchy and stature. It's fucking boring. It is fucking so boring, right? And dumb. If you're a truther, you would see beyond that. You would see that that's the shit we need to break free of. But I can totally understand why people leave this scene or whatever the fuck it is, you know, and just go on their merry way, because why would you want to deal with that? People who are clever enough know that it's fucking useless, right? But that's what I keep saying to people. I'm not here to just drag it into, oh, let's have a drama and a bitch and a, there's always a reason for it. There's always a tactical method to what I'm doing, right? To get reactions and to get resolve. Anyway, as usual, it's been it for the last 3 years, like a fucking broken down record repeating. Gel, you're always on about the wall, cha. Pragmatic, sticking to observable reality and doing your best to be approachable is got for us, Dale. Watching you flip out is fun too. No one should suffer fools. Well, I am glad that me blowing a fucking gasket has tickled you. You must have a thick skin, Pragmatic. I mean, who are these people? Are they forgetting about the shit state of affairs that we're in? That all of a sudden some guy in his shed blowing a gasket is somehow a mass horror show, you know? Right, aye. If you want to come in, the Joe Marshall, if you want to send the links, fine. I'm done talking about this palaver. And if you want to phone or text, it's 07393 654 544. Mary at sea level, Dale, can you do other accents? Aye. You need to put 50 pence in the fucking meter if you would like me to turn on the entertainment, right? I'll practice some.
That's the link out to you, Eric, if you want to drop in, man.
Thank you, I'm never surprised when Dale blows a gasket, no wonder. Well, I appreciate, I thank you for that. Some people have got the ability to realise the bigger picture and the situation that, you know, people like myself are actually in, you know. It's quite a lot to deal with. You need to have a certain mental strength and a thick skin in order to deal with it. As I say, there's nobody perfect, you know. Anybody in these kinds of positions will, you know, crack at some point or other. And quite a lot of the time it's because I'm disappointed in people. As I say, some of these characters and the way they try and represent you, misrepresent you, you know, it's annoying and you get disappointed. Well, hello.
Hello, Dale. You're right.
How's it going?
Name's Philly. I just want to lick your arse for about 5 or 6 seconds. I say I think you're doing a great job. Got a lot of respect out there. But I want to go straight to the point. There's a fella called Devin Maggi. He's out in North America. He's setting up a group of people that are going to the North Pole. It's called the North Steel Project.
Right.
And he's doing his best to get a bit of funding. If you watch his videos, they're a bit far out, if I'm honest. There's a few things that are very, as you say, they're not fact. You know, you have to watch them. They're hard to describe anyway, but it's going in the right direction. And I just think people like yourself, we could all back him.
Yeah.
And I think if people spread the word, especially people like you. I've got in touch with allegedly Dave. He knows about it. And there's a couple of others. I mean, I know Odd Reality, they're trying to get together to go maybe South Pole, but I think the North Pole is the place we need to go. And this guy's doing it. So I don't know what your thoughts were, and maybe you can plug it a little bit.
I mean, by all means, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm going to back something wholeheartedly until I have a better understanding. But if people are heading towards some sort of progress, by all means, I'm going to support that 100%, mate. So, the only thing I can say is I'll need to do a wee bit of digging myself so that I've got a clearer picture, which obviously, you know, I would be irresponsible if I just outright back something that I know nothing about. But, you know, I'm quite prepared, as I'm doing right now, to shout it out. So what's the guy's name again? Sorry?
Devin Maggi.
Devin Maggi.
Devin Maggi. Devin Maggi, yeah. It's VINMADGY. Bit of a funny name.
Yeah.
Very peaceful fella. He's leading something called the North Seal Project.
Right.
Right. So if people just type that into YouTube, they can see it. He's a very honest fella. Like I said, it's just very subjective, but he's a flat earther.
Yeah.
Right. So we're all, I mean, regardless of what our beliefs are, or whether or not it's not beliefs in your case, regardless of what we're all thinking about, he's
Right,
trying to get some money together to actually go and do it.
Well, that's
And I
it.
just think, regardless of what position we're all in,
Yeah.
I think you need the backing to do
Yeah,
it.
well,
Because
certainly.
what's the worst that's going to happen? What's the worst that's going to happen? Like, you know, say if he did get it, and say if he did get the money and he does go, and they stop him, that's proof in one way,
Yeah.
they won't let him go. Two, if he gets there and he gets some kind of, I don't know, any kind of evidence, stuff that they can give to,
Yeah.
that's a plus as well. So, and other than that, if he does get somewhere, the next grip could be maybe a couple of thousand of us. I mean,
Yeah.
what they're going to do, they're going to stop 3,000 to 4,000 of us going.
Well, that's it. That's the kind of activism, you know, that can spread to other people and give them the confidence to go there. And again, you know, you're quite right. Regardless of whether this person has a belief in anything particular, at least he's making the efforts to go and actually try and verify or falsify that, which I can only commend. You know.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Yeah. Well, like, if people could look into him, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? So
Exactly.
I just wanted to mention that. And all the best stuff.
Nice one, bud. Nice one, buddy.
All the best.
Cheers, man.
For anybody that's interested, I've just dropped the link to Devin's channel in the chat box there.
Cool. Just while I'm waiting, there's nobody here, is there? There's nobody sniped yet, have we?
No, yeah, we're waiting for Eric. Eric, if you're there, man, pick up the link, please.
Oh, I've got another phone call coming in here. I'm just going to answer it. Hello.
Hi, you alright?
How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. This is Del, right?
Yeah, speaking.
Oh, right, yeah, I just want to say your stuff's pretty good. I enjoy watching the videos. Just wanted to know your take on the financial sector, specifically the Bank of England and the Federal Reserve.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry, I don't know what you're asking me. Sorry, man.
Just how the financial sector and our money is part of the way we're controlled. But I realise that in your videos you say they control us.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've said that.
Yeah. Well,
I just wanted to know if you have any opinions on how the Bank of England are inflating the British pound and how the Federal Reserve no longer tie the dollar to gold.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really an avenue of pursuing any depth, to be honest with you. But you know, control for me is in many different levels. The main control is psychological control, and then the physical in regards to money is secondary. But for me, it's just a ridiculousness that people are dependent upon these wee coins rather than as basing things on necessity as human beings, what we require in regards to resources and how these things should be shared equally and be transparent. But to be honest, I mean, I looked into the banking systems and money and how it's fiddled and stuff a long time ago. It's really not an avenue I've pursued in the last kind of 4 years or whatever. So I really don't know about any offer. Is there a point you want to make? I mean,
nothing specific. I also wanted to ask you what you think about ethanol engines. Why they weren't used, even though they'd be better for the planet, and you can grow your fuel. Henry Ford was creating them way back before electric cars. There was ethanol-driven cars. I wanted to know your opinions on the manipulations of, obviously, the oil industry.
Oh, it's just exactly that.
Do you think that plays into the whole control thing?
Of course, because if we start getting advanced, if you're freeing people up in regards to fossil fuels, if you're giving people alternative options where they don't have to depend on a manufacturer.
Energy grid.
Yeah, if you don't have to depend on that, then you're free. I mean, but if you break it down, pretty much people are paying for they're working to pay for their gas and electricity and their fuel. I mean,
They'll freeze if they don't work.
What's that?
They'll freeze. Old people will freeze if they don't carry on working to pay their bills.
Exactly. When we have these other options.
It's all a trap.
Exactly, mate. It's just all part of it. You still there?
Didn't say anything.
Sorry?
That was nothing. I didn't say anything.
No, I was just asking if you were still there.
Oh yeah, I'm still there.
No, I'm saying, of course. I mean, anybody who goes and has a wee look at some of the alternatives that are out there, why are they not being pursued and pushed? And it's purely for that. It's to maintain control, to keep people on that hamster wheel,
Yeah, I do. I do know. I just want to say that, I think your videos are pretty cool, though. And keep up the good work.
Cheers, man.
Right, well, I'll catch you later on.
Oh, cheers, bud.
Right, thanks. Bye.
Right, there was some messages that came through here earlier. Are we still here, Marshall?
Yeah, we're still here for a second, dude. I'm gonna Eric. If it is Eric, I'm gonna hand the link on to somebody else in a minute. So if you want to drop in now, would be appreciated.
The truth is only for those that seek it. Good job, Dale. Kai from Brighton. Cheers, Kai. And this was from this morning, I think. For anybody who's messaging this number that we give out, if there's messages there, I will see them, but there's no credit in it, so I don't have I can't respond. There was somebody else, was it John Doe, who was trying to get a hold of me. He wanted to speak offline and stuff. You could send a message and let me know that you're going to call. I'll send a message to this number, and then I'll get your message and I'll send you a wee text from my phone. We can have a conversation on the phone if you like. That's the same for anybody else who's got anything they want to bring up. Odell, just thinking would be a good idea to get people thinking about the price the parents paid for their houses and how much we have to pay for the same house. There's about 100,000 differences. Oh, phone's gone again. Hello? Hello? Yeah, speaking.
Del, hi. I'm no story now. Your email there. Sorry, I have to say thanks, brother, for Trivium back in the day. Put that out there.
Sorry?
That helped my Trivium.
The Trivium, cool. Did you get into it?
Yeah, when you put that out. Yeah, I'm getting into it myself and a few of my rich mates around the place. We're all getting into it.
Good.
And it's helping. It helps us. So I just want to phone you up and say thank you, brother. And the reason that I'm not making music, I can't keep my calm as well as some others can. So I'm rather concerned about doing more harm than good.
Aye.
But in the meantime, thanks for doing what you're doing. And that's all, bro. Thanks for keeping it around here.
Nice one, buddy. Thanks. And I just want to say, if that information's helped anybody, it's no mine. I'm just passing on, stuff that's out there. So I'm glad that it helped and had an effect.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, bro. It's brilliant, mate. And thank you very much. And stay on guard. And we're all behind you, bro. I think we're all behind you.
Nice
no
one.
doubt about it, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, brother.
Means a lot. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Cheers, bud.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man. That was quite quiet there. I'm not sure if that came across, but so 100,000 differences. So there, for the government have us working for them till we are 80 by making us pay so much for simple things we need, like a house. No, exactly. These things are no hard to work out, as I've said before. These things should be, the foundations. If that's a necessity, if you're stuck here and this is it, this is life, then what do human beings need? Not constantly fucking paying to live. That's just bollocks. That's driving people insane. That's not a life. That's slavery, right? A waste of life, a waste of energy. Why we not educating children in schools from a young age, starting to give them the skills in order to build shelter, build houses? What's the best tools? What's the best materials? What's the best methods? It's also not. There's another one here. Hi Del, it's Mike beyond belief. I received a comment. Mike, I'm not going to perpetuate this about comments from John or anybody else. He is claiming you cut contact. These things are just blatant lies. I never cut contact with anybody. People estranged themselves from here, and for me it was because they knew that they were doing things for the wrong reasons, and it was about self-gratification. That's just what I'm reading into it. Again, without any communication, you don't have any resolve or proper understanding to know what people's intentions were. All I know is the chronological sequence of events and what unfolded, and then what people showed me in return for that. It's as simple as that, But cheers anyway, Mike. That's beyond belief. Hi Del, can I ring here anytime to talk to you guys, or is it just when you're live? Cheers, Mark. Well, Mark, as I say, if you message this phone, and when I'm free, I'll see the message and I'll send you a text message from my own private phone, and you can dial up and we can have a conversation if you want. I've got a message. It's Danny from Sheffield. Danny, you've sent a message that's came in a download kind of format. I don't know if it's a huge text or an image or something, but I'll not be able to get that right now. You're going to say something, Marshall?
I was going to say, I think we've given Eric the courtesy long enough, so I'm going to hand the link on to Flat Earth Science.
Cool. Cheers for the shout out on your channel, Dale. I understand about time and logistics, pal. Don't use my email much as it's always got thousands of messages I simply cannot reply to because of time. Would be great to Skype or phone just for a chat sometime. My Skype is blah blah, and this is obviously my number. You are a good man. Take care, my friend. Well, thanks very much for that. And as I said, again, I'll just repeat it. If you want to hook up with me on a phone conversation or whatever, Skype. I've got the Skype is back again. I've got locked out of the previous account. Then I had problems with this one, but it seems to be working okay now. And if you want to get me on Skype, it's Del Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Academia, religion, media, finance, four systems that control everything, but most importantly, your perception, Kai. Exactly, Kai. Again, this is what it always comes back to. It comes back to the individual, their ability to discern and take on board whatever they want to take on board. Nothing is being forced into your mind. You're responsible. You're buying into every aspect of reality, existence, any ideas, beliefs, whatever it is, your perceptions. You're the one that's buying into them, right? As an adult, you can take responsibility for that. As a child, you're in a different position. It's not really your fault, you know. When you're put in there as a vulnerable kid and you're looking to authority or the adults, you're going to take on board what they say because you have a tendency to trust, and that naivety is exactly what they play on. So I've seen somebody there saying that. I mentioned that today, actually. You know, people talk about me getting angry and fucking giving it a bit of teeth now and again. And there's guys like fucking Alex Jones that have made a living out of that, and when he goes way over the top.
All right, guys, we are live with Timmy Osman, aka Flat Earth Science 2014. How are you guys doing today? Do not touch that dial because we have a special show for you today. We do have 5 minutes to go ahead and talk, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right, guys? Anyway, oh, goodness. Where to start, guys? Where to start? So anyway, Flat Earth Science is all about basically abductively proving with abductive reasoning how to go ahead and fit pieces that do not fit into something that is not reality. Now, Dogmatic Dell was removed due to not inviting me. I told him I would not snipe him. He actually said earlier that I shouldn't email him anymore, even though he emailed me while I was live yesterday. So he's just an absolute hypocrite. Now, let's get down to the Flat Earth Science, guys. Cha-ching! All right, let's try this. So anyway, the traversing of the sun from Capricorn to Cancer throughout the year seems to be a big problem for the flat Earth, all right? It seems as though the sun would have to travel twice as fast and cover twice the distance from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. Now, that is a 6-month difference, right? But we don't see that, now do we? We also don't see the sun change in angular size. Now, if we were on a flat Earth pipe dream, a Harry Potter pipe dream, we would expect the sun to be the biggest over our head, now wouldn't we? Because we do invoke perspective for all of this, guys. We sure do. Now, perspective has nothing to do with obstruction, okay? There's nothing in perspective that says obstruction, so you guys need to make up a word because it's just not going to work out for you. Anywho, guys, we need to get Dogmatic Dell to be a little more intellectually honest with us, okay, guys? Because it doesn't matter if the Earth is flat or a sphere. Natural science does say that there are 2 celestial points. Now, has Dell refuted that in any way possible? Absolutely not. Now, there is a north celestial point and a south celestial point. It's very simple, guys. You guys shouldn't even deny it because it's just the way it is, okay? So if we have any clowns that believe in the flat Earth, we should do observations in the southern hemisphere looking due south. Now, if we see the south celestial pole as prescribed in the heliocentric model, it would lead one to believe through logical inference, along with obstruction due to curvature, along with geodesy, and other ways to measure the Earth's curvature, that it is indeed curved and or a sphere. Now, we need Dell to talk about Soundly's work because Soundly has many observations that Dell does not have. And I do want to point out really quickly, guys, that Dogmatic Dell does not have any observations or experiments, okay? He does dress up like a clown with a science, whatever, science glasses or whatever. And he does say that we live on a giant whatever. This is all due to his ignorance and his dogmatic biases. All right, guys. So let's get him to actually talk and refute about the known science that is the heliocentric model, guys, because the model does work, okay? It does match observations, and that does include the stars. Now, if he wants to go into we don't know the composition of the stars, it doesn't matter, guys. It does not matter, all right? It just doesn't. Now, we are live in Fort Worth, Texas at the moment. Dogmatic Dell probably can see the sun. Let's see if I can observe the sun as well. Well, that probably means that the sun is not 3 miles, not 3,000 miles. It's probably something different than what we are being proposed to with the flat Earth pipe dream. All right, guys? So anyway, there are many things that Dogmatic Dell will not go into, one of them being the stars, because the stars, even Globebusters and old Jerry, admit that it does work on a sphere, okay? Dogmatic Dell can't even do that, all right? So if you guys want to watch this dogmatic clown just go on and on about how he, everybody's bitching about him, but he's bitching about everybody else, and how he's just an absolute hypocrite about everything that he says, then go ahead. If you want to come on and blow smoke up this guy's ass, then go ahead. Nobody cares anymore, guys. No one cares, man. This guy says that he doesn't know any of us, but at the same breath, he says that I'm some kind of a fucking agent, all right? I am not an agent, but you know what? I'm an agent of truth. proves and proves this. Now, the sphere Earth is the truth, okay, guys? And by natural empirical science, mostly dealing with the stars and the sun and the moon, how they rise and set. I mean, you guys can't even explain how the sun rises or sets. That happens every fucking day.